You welcome in from the North Mason Regional Fire Authority, Jeromy Hicks. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you guys?
I am well. Good to hear from you. And we are checking in as we do monthly here. I'm just kind of scrolling through the website, the North Mason Regional Fire Authority's website at northmasonrfa.com. What are some of the things that's going on up in the North End here? How are safety days at the elementary schools as we gear up for the end of the school year?
Well, we're full swing planning ahead on that. For those people who don't know, we have this fantastic relationship with North Mason schools, unlike any in the state, where we're actually able to go into the schools and take over the school for a day. And we run 10 different safety stations. The elementary school students get to go through the stations. We have safety messages from the boaters at MCSO, Cascade National Gas, PUD3, MACECOM, Harrison Medical is hopefully going to join us this year. We have American Red Cross. So the students get to go through the stations and learn all these safety messages.
So obviously, Jeromy, that some of the things that you're going to teach the kids are different than you would teach an adult class. What are some of the ways that you hone the message in so the younger kids understand it better?
Well, that's always the most difficult part, right? We're really good at giving public safety messages to adults, but sometimes we lack the ability with elementary schools. So how we do that is we participate, year-round in the elementary schools, and actually get a lot of assistance from the teachers, and some of our staff here are past teachers or former curriculum developers, and we're able to develop this curriculum and tailor it to the school. The students between K through 5th, and even in there we have to change the message a little bit. That's a pretty big swing of age there. So we have to tailor our message to kindergarten specifically, where we might be talking about, for instance, lighter safety and what to do, and for kindergartners it's more identification. This is what it is, and here's what to do with a parent. And for 5th graders, that might be, if you find one, give it to a parent. If you see a friend using one, tell a parent. So those messages swing a lot with the different ages there. But this is probably, we're thinking, our 18th year in the schools of this partnership with North Mason Schools. So we always try to bring something new in. The helicopter will be here this year. We're bringing an Airlift Northwest.
Wow.
They're going to fly in and join us, and something new we're looking at this year is kind of a campfire safety message. We realize that we live in an awesome recreational area, and a lot of people use campfires, and one thing that we lack is kind of proper training of how to appropriately act around a campfire, or how to start a campfire, or how to maintain one in a safe manner. So we're trying to work on some curriculum for that.
I know that if I were to get into the car and start it up without putting my seatbelt on, my boy Kaiser would say something straight away. You got to have your seatbelt on, things like that. Do you hear from parents after you teach kids these messages about campfire safety or other ways to be safe, that they get the messages, they remember these things, and they'll call the parents out on these if they're perhaps a little lapse in judgment on these things?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the main reason we do it, to tell you the truth. I have a blinker checker in my back seat, so if I don't turn my blinker on, my son reminds me that I need to illuminate the turn signal. But these messages we hear from the parents that, holy smokes, I did not know this was offered, or I didn't know that you were able to do this there. And simple things like 2 years ago we brought a bike rodeo, and we gave helmets to all kids in North Mason School District, and free of charge, and parents to this day can still come and get a helmet at our fire station.
Wow.
We had a grant, we got a bunch of helmets, and sending this information home. And it's the other funny thing is I live where I work, and my son goes to Sand Hill Elementary, and he'll come home after safety days, and our organization is in charge of booking all the people in the curriculum and getting the outside agencies to come in. And he'll come home and he'll bring stuff that I was there all day long and I did not see it. So he goes, "Dad, you got to fill this out. This is an emergency contact card. We put it on our refrigerator." He's teaching me stuff.
Wow.
That I was even there. So that is the primary reason we do this. We're able to send the messages home with the children, and the parents learn from the children.
We had a tragic incident in Texas last week, and I know ongoing conversations across the country are on emergency planning for active shooter training, and how much additional conversations are there after an incident like what just happened down in Texas?
Well, we've been meeting with North Mason schools for about 9 months now, actually probably a little bit longer than that, ever since the incident we had up at North Mason schools,
mm-hmm.
where there was thought to be a possible situation. And, throughout this, a couple of incidents have happened, tragic incidents, and we've been fortunate enough to have very open communications with our school district on how we need to respond to these incidents. And quite honestly, I think we're ahead of the curve on some things, in just the fact that we were able to run a drill, quote unquote, from last year. We were able to try this emergency plan. Obviously, these incidents in Texas bring it to the forefront of our mind. This isn't an instance that is going to go away. Unfortunately, these happen. We got a plan for them. I try to take the active shooter out of it. There's a lot of emotion with that, and try to turn it more into a emergency planning, because while these incidents are happening across the United States, we could have an incident that may not be an active shooter, but maybe an earthquake, or maybe a massive power outage, or maybe some sort of other event. So we try to plan globally for these incidents, and then the tactical side, depending on each individual incident, is things that we deal with in the tabletop exercise. So the plan's a rather generic plan, and then each incident has a set of tactical objectives that we work on, and we're really moving forward with this. We meet once a month, the same day every month, and we have this open dialogue with North Mason schools, and the other fire departments join us. The sheriff's office joins us. We've had representatives from other school districts join us, and I think we're really in a good place right now. Obviously, we don't ever want to try to use this plan, and hopefully we never have to use the plan.
Mm-hmm.
But we recently went to Grays Harbor, where they had a active shooter drill. They put it on Region 3. FEMA Region 3 put it on. And they, watching this and talking with other school districts, it was, kind of amazing of how many other school districts, agencies, companies have not gone as far as we have. And I think the planning process that we've done over the last couple months has put us in a better place.
Well, that's very good. Jeromy Hicks from the North Mason Regional Fire Authority, online at northmasonrfa.com. We'll link to that as we post this phone interview. And good to talk with you, bud. We'll talk, in a month or something like that? If not sooner?
Yeah, we'll talk soon.
I like it. All right, Jeromy. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.